My Fitness Journey, Scene 1A, Take 3, Mark. Hello and welcome to The Fitter Fox, or maybe I should say welcome back if you're already a subscriber. This is take 3 of my fitness journey. It's the third take because this video is officially marking the abandonment of last year's effort and the restart. The goals are remaining the same, but I have to reset and restart. I was doing really well last year. If you followed my progress, I got all the way from February to August and things were going really well. I got down to the lowest weight that I had been for several years, and that was really great. And I stopped. I stopped dieting, I stopped exercising, I went back to some really bad habits, really bad diet, stopped exercising completely, and it all went downhill, and I ended up putting on a lot of weight. A lot. In fact, I am currently at the heaviest weight that I have ever been, considerably higher than I started out last year, and I've got to do something about that now. So I'm actually really excited to get this going again. This time around, I want to take things a little differently, and the reason for that I hope I can explain to you by telling you about what went wrong last year. And I wish that I had some really great excuse for giving up on my fitness journey, but unfortunately that's not true. I got to August, so I'd been doing the diet consistently for about 6 months, and that was great, but it just got too much, honestly. I got bored, really bored, eating the same things consistently, dieting every day for 6 months was just a lot, and the exercise I was doing was always the same, and it just wasn't interesting me anymore, and I just lost the motivation, I lost the steam to carry on, and I mean, I regret that because I have to do all of that work again, but what I really need to do is address that in this new Take 3 fitness journey. What I'm going to be doing, therefore, is, while keeping the overall goals the same, my target weight hasn't changed. I still want to get back down to that 72 kilograms. But I'm going to try and get there surreptitiously. I want to trick myself into making me think of this in shorter chunks. So from now on, I'm going to be not talking so much about the whole year, although I will give you updates against that year-long target. For me, I'm going to be seeing this in blocks of 5 weeks. So that's a 4-week period of dieting, and then a rest period of 1 week, just to give myself the chance to mix things up a little bit, perhaps indulge a little bit. So in that rest period, I'm not planning, as you can see here, any weight loss. That's just a little pause moment to let myself reset, take stock, and perhaps use it as a great way of mixing things up so I can do something a little bit different in each block. And I'm hoping that this will make it seem less like an enormous mountain to climb and more like these little steps on the way, and hopefully keep it more interesting for me, and I hope more interesting for viewers like you. So as you can see here on my graph, my weight is currently 130 kilograms. That is very heavy. That is 286 pounds for any Americans or people who work in pounds. Well, that makes it over 20 stones. Not acceptable. So as I'm 130, that's 6 kilograms above where I started last year at 124. So I really want to get some rapid weight loss in, get at least back down to that 124 and start making progress. It's really not healthy for me to be at this weight, and we need to start making progress rapidly. I'm therefore, this week, focusing on really restricting my calorie intake. I saw a documentary that showed the benefits of a short-term, really restricted calorie intake. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to be targeting a calorie intake of fewer than 1,000 calories, or thereabouts. I might not make it every day, but I need to be in that region. And combined with some exercise, that should really help me lose that weight quickly. That is, of course, on top of those beginning diet weight losses, which are so wonderful, the water weight losses. I'm expecting to lose a load of water weight immediately. My peak weight was actually a few days ago. I got up to 131.5 kilograms, and I have started dieting already, but 130 is that's that point. But I'm already seeing this rapid weight loss, which is wonderful. I know it's water, but it still feels good to see it on the scale, you know what I mean? As with last year, I'm going to be recording my body measurements as well as a good measure of how I'm losing weight, particularly around my midsection. I was going to show you the measurements this week, but I confess that the sound wasn't working properly when I recorded it, so you don't get to see that this week. But next week, that measurement will be there as usual. I'm planning on keeping the format for these weekly updates largely the same, so every Tuesday you'll get an update video on my weight and my measurements, as well as a review of the week and all my progress photos, etc. I'm also going to try and introduce some extra videos, perhaps something a bit more relevant to you if you are on a weight loss journey yourself and not necessarily all about me. And also perhaps explaining a little bit more about what I'm doing. If there's anything you want to see in that, let me know, leave a comment, and I will get back to you and see if we can get something recorded. So yeah, this week I'm going to be focusing on that diet and introducing some exercise back into my lifestyle. And I will be back next week with my first week 1 update. Until then, bye-bye.